Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. In this video we will see how to design a simple football app in Nowa. Let's start by creating an empty screen and change its layout orientation to vertical. Let's now add an app bar from the details panel of the screen and modify it as we like by clicking on the Edit button. We can also add actions to the app bar, like a share button, for example. Let's now add an image to the screen and change its width to expand. Copy and paste the URL of an image that you want to show in the details panel. Let's now design a section to show the score of the game. Let's start by showing the two team names and flags. Draw a container and pass the URL image of the flag. Now add a text with the name of the team and customize it as you want. Select now these two widgets and press Ctrl or Command G to group them, and change the orientation of the group to be a column. Now duplicate the group and change the properties for the other team. Let's now add some text to show the score of the game. Let's also add a line icon in between the two numbers. Select everything and group them in a row. Adjust the layout if you need it. Let's now fix the spacing between the score numbers. To do it, select them and group them in another row, and change the spacing. I will now make sure that the two team icons will take the same space to achieve symmetry. Let's now design a section to show the goals. Add a small image widget and add the link of a football image. Let's now add the text to show the name of the player and customize it as you want. Duplicate it on the other side and group everything together in a row. Select now both rows and group them in a column, and fix the spacing as you like. Select now the column and add the container as a wrapper, and use it to give a background color to this selection. Open the wrapper picker again, and this time pick padding. Drag the column inside the screen and change the sizing to expand to make it responsive. Let's now change the color of the text inside this section to make it readable. Open the widget picker and select Tab View widget. Change the sizing of the tabs to expand. Select the tabs and add a container as a wrapper to create again a background color. Now change the label color and the unselected label color to make them readable. Let's modify the tab's name to Stats and Lineup. Let's also change the indicator color to a yellow to create some contrast. Let's now create the Stats section. add a text widget. And duplicate it to show the stats number. Select everything and group them inside the row. Add a container wrapper to the group to create a background color. Also add a padding wrapper. Select this row and turn it into a component. Click now on the color property name to create a parameter. Duplicate the component a couple of times and group the copies in a column. Select the column and add a material wrapper. You can now modify the design as you want, like adding radius to the corners. Select the main component again and add a parameter to the text property. You can now name the different rows with the stats you want to show easily. Now draw a big component and bring it to the bottom. Place the stats on the top of it, select everything and group in a column. Change the sizing of the row to auto and add the padding wrapper. Now create a component. Select the tab's content from the Details panel, and you can change what to display. Click on the first tab and search for the component that we just created. You can now keep modifying the component and see the changes directly on the screen. Let's now design the lineup page. Start with the text widget and write the name of the team. Now use a component to add a flag. Group them together in a row and add a padding wrapper. Let's now design a row that shows the player. Start from the component and make it round with the radius. Add a text widget to show the name of the player. Now add more text widget to show the rating. Group the name and the rating in a column. Now select everything and group in a row. Add now a bigger text widget to show the number of the player. Add this number to the row and fix the sizing to achieve the design that you want. Create now a component and duplicate it a few times. Group the copies and the name of the team together in a column. Adjust the spacing and the sizing of the column. Add a material wrapper and a padding wrapper. Adjust the padding as you prefer. Use the material wrapper to add design customization like radius and background color. Let's use another container to design the divider. Let's make it short and wide. Position the divider below the name of the team and the flag. Duplicate the player card a few more times. And now duplicate the entire section and change the other team name and flag. Group both sections together in a column and add a container as a wrapper to add the background color. Add also a padding wrapper. Let's also add some elevation from the material wrapper that we added before to create a nice depth effect. Select the whole column and create a component. Select again the tab view content, and this time select the second tab and search for the component that we just created to show it. As the last touch, let's select both components and add a scroll view wrapper. You can now preview the app in the play mode and see the entire content of the tabs. Let's now create a screen where we show a list of matches that the user can select. Let's start a new empty screen. From the details panel, let's add an app bar and modify it to match the rest of the design. Now, let's change the layout of the screen to be a column, and let's add a tab view widget. To make the tab view widget responsive, let's set both width and height to expand. As we did before, let's add a background color and modify it to match the rest of the design. Let's also add a third tab. Let's now create a card that shows a match information. Let's start by showing the match results. Group everything together in a row and adjust the layout. I draw now a small container to show the flag of the team and also add a text widget to show the team name. I'll now select everything in a group in a row. Let's select the row we just created and add a material wrapper and a padding wrapper. With the material wrapper, we can add some decoration like modifying the border. Let's now create a component and duplicate it a few times. I group together the copies and organize them in a column. I adjust their sizing to make them responsive by changing the width to expand. I now add a container to give a background color. I also add the padding wrapper. I now take the column and make it into a component. Let's now select the tab view and modify the content that the tabs will display by selecting the component that we just created. Because we use components, I can keep modifying them to adjust the design as I want. I want also to create now a card that shows future games. So I copy and paste the match component that I created before and detach it. I can now modify it, so I will add a text to show the starting time of the game. And I will use this text to replace the score numbers. Now I can create a new component with this new design. I now repeat the same steps of before and create a new column with the new component. I select again the tab's content and pick this new component I just created to show it in the Games of the Tomorrow tab. And there you have a simple football app created in Nowa, super fast and super easy. Stay tuned for the next tutorials where we will show you how to bring this app to life with the logic.